In this video, we are going to continue to solve the exercises about trigonometric identities. Here, I'm going to give a mixed example about trigonometric identities, simplify or verify the trigonometric identity. The first trigonometric identity is sine to the power of cosine to the power of 4 and plus cosine square x. Sine to the power of 4, cosine to the power of 4, we haven't solved this kind of question, and you should remember this one. Normally a square is equal to a to the power of 4, it is written, and we know this one, and a square minus b square can be equal to a square minus b square times a square plus b square, it should be. If you remember, difference of two squares, we have this identity, and here instead of x value, x square minus y square is equal to x minus y times x plus y. It's going to be okay. Now if we solve this question, sine to the power of 4, instead of sine to the power of 4, I'm going to write sine to the power of 2x square minus cosine to the power of 2x square plus cosine to the power of 2x. I'm going to write cosine square x. Okay, then sine square minus cosine square, a square minus b square is equal to a minus sine square x minus cosine square x, a minus b times a plus b, sine square x plus cosine square x, it's going to be plus cosine square x we have here. Okay, sine square x plus cosine square x, we know it's equal to 1, so this is going to be sine square x minus cosine square x plus cosine square x. What happened to this expression? We when it's equal to 1, we multiply by 1 and it's going to be itself, so I wrote directly, then this plus cosine square x is written, and now this is going to be equal to sine square x minus cosine square x. This two, if you simplify, the answer is going to be sine square x going to be. Okay, then we are solving another simplified question, 1 plus sine x and plus 1 plus cosecant x. We know 1 plus sine x, it is not identity, but cosecant x is identity here. So it's going to be equal to 1 plus sine x over 1 plus 1 over cosecant x. Instead of cosecant x, I'm writing sine x. Okay, then it's going to be equal to 1 plus sine x over sine x times 1, it's going to be equal to sine x plus 1, we are going to add, then over here sine x, it's going to be here the numerator is 1 plus sine x, denominator is equal to 1 sine x plus 1 over sine x. In another word, I can say like this: 1 plus sine x over 1 plus sine x over sine x. Sine x, it's going to be sine x, it's going to be okay. Then it's equal to, here we have the formula about the a plus b, a over b over c, it's going to be equal to a times c over b. That's why instead of 1 plus sine x, I'm going to write 1 plus sine x times sine x over 1 plus sine x. Here these terms, they are same, that's why you may simplify. The answer, it's going to be equal to sine x. We are going to continue with the verifying the identity. Verifying the identity sin x over 1 minus cosine x minus cotangent x, we are going to start from the one side and we are going to evaluate the other side, if you remember. And I'm going to choose the left hand side because on the left hand side what is written here is more complicated than right hand side. And first I'm going to write the trigonometric identity here. Sin x over 1 minus cosine x is equal to, the identity is cotangent x, which is equal to cosine x over sine x. It's going to be okay. Then it's equal to what? We are going to find this one. Here we have rational expressions and there are two terms. Here sine x is the denominator, and here cosine x is the 1 minus cosine x. It's going to be, actually, we are going to crossly write the denominators here and to get the same common denominator. Sin x times sin x is going to be equal to sine square x, and minus cosine x. Directly I'm not going to multiply, I'm going to write in bracket cosine minus cosine x 1 minus cosine x. It's going to be over, all over. Now 1 minus cosine x times sin x is going to be okay. Now we are going to write here, we are going to distribute this minus cosine x to the other side also. It's going to be equal to sine square x minus cosine x times 1 is equal to cosine x, and here it's going to be minus times minus plus cosine square x. It's going to be, and all over 1 minus cosine x times sin x is going to be okay. If we continue to this equation, sin square x plus cosine square x, we know that's equal to 1. So instead of sin square x plus cosine square x, here this term and this term, I'm going to write 1. So it's going to be equal to 1 minus cosine x, sin square x plus cosine square x, this is over 1 minus cosine x times sin x. Here, as you see, 1 minus cosine x and 1 minus cosine x, they are same. If I simplify both of them here, if I simplify, because 1 minus cosine x completely you may simplify. Here we have at the numerator 1 and here 1. It's going to be equal to 1 over 1 times sin x is equal to sin x. Then it's going to be equal to cosecant x. Okay, we verify the identity. This is the last question about the verifying the identity. We are going to start from left side or we are going to start from right side. Actually, we solved one example in the class like this. Here 1 plus cosine x, 1 over 1 minus cosine x. Here we can use this question, we can use the conjugate rule. 1 plus cosine x over 1 minus sin x. I'm going to start from this side, 1 minus cosine x, or let me start from the other side, 1 cotangent x plus cotangent x plus cosecant x square is equal to what? Cotangent x is equal to cosine x over sin x, and here it's going to be plus 1 over sin x. Then this is going to be equal to cosine x, pardon, I forgot the square. This is cosine x plus 1, cosine x plus 1 over sin x square. If I distribute this square to both of them, it's going to be cosine x plus 1 square over sine square x, and I know that sine square x can be written as 1 minus cosine square x, and it will be equal to 1 plus cosine x square over 1 minus cosine square x. And I can factorize 1 minus cosine square x as a 1 minus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x. Here it's going to be like 1 plus cosine x times 1 minus, pardon, this is 1 plus cosine x. The denominator is 1 plus cosine x times 1 minus cosine x. It's going to be 1 minus cosine x times 1 plus cosine x is going to be 1 plus cosine x and 1 plus cosine x, they are same. So I'm going to simplify this two, and the result it's going to be equal to, 1 plus cosine x over 1 minus cosine x. As you see, this time I chose right hand side, and I said the result is equal to cotangent x plus cosecant x. It's going to be